Super Regionals in Bryan College Station is underway. The first pitch is cut on and missed for strike one. Mason Neville, the right fielder, .254 average this year for the sophomore, 16 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Transfer from Arkansas. That one just out in front, and it's 1-1 strike. Overall numbers for Neville. This is a Ducks team that hit .280 on the year, 93 home runs. They will strike out quite a bit, but they will run into some baseballs. And this is a team that is kind of a typical West Coast team, or can be, and probably needs to be in order to really counterbalance what A&M brings to the table.
Well, yeah, and when you say typical West Coast team, that's, going to play a little bit more small ball. But heck, the way this park plays, Vic, I don't know. This is one of those, I think that's even Coach Sloss said. He goes, the guys are going to be pleasantly surprised when all of a sudden they get out there for batting practice.
This one lined into center field, and it's a leadoff single for Neville. So the Ducks get their first man on base. Mentioned Mark Wasikowski in his 6th season. Guy that has been there before as an assistant coach under George Horton, came back from Purdue, and has done a heck of a job in building the right culture. I mean, that's the whole goal for him, is getting buy-in. As a matter of fact, he was telling us about how when he first came back, it was getting the players to buy in, and not necessarily coming in and just saying, hey, this is how we're going to do things, but getting the input from players.
Oh, absolutely loved our conversation with him. And like he said, I like the best part about it. He said, talked about player-led team. He goes, they talk to each player, they talk to the groups of them and say, hey, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And try to implement that. And I think players, they really enjoy that because they feel like they have a say in their program as well.
Second straight Super Regional they hosted last year. As I mentioned, 2 outs away from getting to the College World Series, but Oral Roberts University had other plans. That's driven out to deep left field. Ducks are on the board. Big fly by Anson Arrows, 5th of the year. It's 2-0 Oregon.
Victor, we talked about this game, right? It's not played on paper, because on paper, Texas A&M, you put them in Omaha. Anson Arrows, look at the emotion. A little high stepping by the dugout. A little slider didn't really break. 106 off the bat.
Yeah, I mentioned when we got the lineup from the Ducks that there was a little bit of a change in that lineup, with Arrows jumping up to the 2 spot compared to what they had in Santa Barbara, showing Bunn. This one up the line, foul. Meggers, the DH, behind in the count at 0-2.
Well, coaches love it when you adjust the lineup, you put a guy up there, he makes you look so smart. Arrows with a big fly already in the first inning, getting the Ducks on the board early.
Not only that, it really loosens that dugout up. I mean, you come into this atmosphere and all of a sudden, boom, real quick, it quiets everything down.
That's exactly right.
No balls, 2 strikes on Meggers. .315 on the year. Redshirt sophomore. 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in. A single by Neville, a 2-run shot by Arrows. 94th home run hit by the Ducks this season. 1-2, little number up the line. That's going to be a tough play for Prager. Gets off of the mound quickly, throws to first, and it's an infield base hit. The old swing and bunt.
Swinging bunts are one of the toughest plays to defend, because you see them take a big hack and then the ball just kind of squivels out there. Left-hander Ryan Prager, I thought he did a good job of getting there and under control. That's the toughest part. You got to break down, get the feet. He gets under set, but he tries to turn and scoop the ball at the same time. A little hesitation. Heck of a pickup right there. That ball goes down the line. You're talking another guy in scoring position.
Drew Smith, the second baseman, cleanup hitter. We'll look at a strike. Almost appeared as if maybe there was a little issue with the transfer for Prager.
Right, I think he tried to open his body up as he's going to set the feet and just bobbled just a tad bit, and that's what cost him.
Another bunt. This one fouled back. I told you this is exactly what you're going to see from Oregon. This is what they need to do. It's a very good team, a good fundamental team. They just do have some strikeout in their lineup, and so you got to make up for those deficiencies.
I bet if he gets on, the next guy's not squaring around.
No, no. You're not asking Jacob Walsh to bunt. This one pulled over to third. Grahovic over to Chestnut. On to first, double play, 2 down. That's got to feel good as a pitcher.
That's exactly what you want. You said it earlier. The crowd was in it. The big 2-run bomb quiets him, sits him down. You take a momentum from a defensive play like that, help you get out of an inning. And for Prager, there's a lot of emotions out there. It's a super regional. I know it's you say, hey, it's just another game. It's not. It's huge. And so getting that double play, that's big, especially with Walsh coming up.
Here's Jacob Walsh, the first baseman. The junior tried to hold up, but he went around. At Las Vegas, Nevada, team leader in home runs with 18. Career home run leader in Oregon with 40. 56 runs batted in on the season. 0-2.
You know, Victor, I like the approach from the Ducks. Ryan Prager, 19 walks all year, so you know he's going to be around the zone. So why not come out hacking? And that's exactly what they've done. And so far, so good. 2 runs on the board.
Walsh strikes out swinging. They'll have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Ducks strike first. A 2-run blast by Anson Arrows. His 5th junior out of Santa Clarita, California. 17th appearance, 17th start of the year. 7-5 and a 4.73 ERA.
You'll see a clean, simple delivery. Guy just repeats it, and you see he's nice and slow under control. And I talked to him yesterday in the bullpen. That last little bullet, we had savoring the moment. You know what he told me, Vic? He was like, look, this is a game. He goes, yes, it's going to be hot. We're not used to it. Right? Everybody's talking about the temperatures. He goes, right. Yes, they got a sellout crowd, and it's an amazing atmosphere. You know, yes, their lineup is probably one of the best I've faced. He goes, I wouldn't want it any other way, right? He goes, if I have dreams of pitching in professional baseball, making the big leagues, he goes, if I can't pitch here, how am I going to make the big leagues? So he goes, I want it to be like that. And so I thought that was a great attitude to have going into today.
Three balls, no strikes on Grahovic. SEC Freshman of the Year, 308 average, 22 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Also chipped in with 14 doubles. Native of Orange, California, 3-0. There's ball 4, 4-pitch walk, and that will get this crowd going. There's the chant.
Well, he talked about, hey, I know that's going to happen. And this happens to every pitcher. This is not where you want it to happen, though, because, yeah, the heart's starting to race. It's not how you want to start, especially your team gave you a 2-run lead.
Drops a breaking ball in for a strike.
Yeah, that'll be a big thing to help settle him down, finding that extra pitch.
Shift is on. Laviolette, the center fielder, watches a throw go to first base. Jay's a sophomore out of Katy, Texas. 315 on the season. Team leader in home runs, 28. 74 runs batted in. And is skied high to right field. It's playable unless it starts drifting, but it'll stay in the yard. Right at the track, making the catch is the right fielder, Nuttall. And there's out number 1.
You talk about heart racing. Ball 5 chance, not going to race it as much as that right there. That ball, it was crushed, but Laviolette just a tad bit under it. And you're right, I thought that might start carrying just the way he was playing out there.
91 degrees, feels like it's almost 100 degrees here. And this time of year, you get the south wind blowing out pretty much a straightaway center field. Here's Braden Montgomery, the right fielder. Transfer from Stanford. That one misses down and away. Here are the flags, the batter's eye. Kyle Field in the distance. Quasi shift on. Maloney shading toward the middle and short. That's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Ferrante off the line at third. He's almost playing in the 5-6 hole. Outfield straight up.
With every pitch, they start to move a little bit more.
Yeah.
Shortstop, third baseman, they shift like a couple steps as he gets into more of a hitter's count.
2-1. For Hovak, a walk, stands over at first base. 2-0 Ducks. A 2-run home run by Arrows. Top of the first. Off Ryan Prager. Hovak started, then stopped. That was fouled at the plate. It's 2-2. Aggies will run a little bit. 74 stolen bases as a team. Hovak just has 3 of them. In today's lineup, Appel has 14 bags. Number 9 hitter Travis Chestnut with 14 stolen bases.
Yeah, Oregon does a great job of neutralizing that running game. Thompson behind the plate, 9 of 20 caught stealing. So he's throwing out 9 of those 20 runners, and Gordon really quick to the plate. So I think that's what happened is when Hovak takes that, he takes it going. When you read the slide step, you shut it down, trying to get a good read, but not able to get that.
Three balls, 2 strikes. See if Grahovac's on the move. He is. The pitch is cut on and foul back. That was a big rip. Montgomery, the MVP of the Bryan College Station Regional last weekend. '27 home runs on the year, just 1 behind his teammate, the center fielder, Jace Laviolette. Draft stock just continues to improve all season long.
Skyrocket.
Quick throw to first. Grahovac is back.
I mean, we've talked nothing more than the offense. Defensive side of things, your right field, he's got one of the best arms you see in college baseball. So when it comes to the 5 tools, they're all there.
Another throw to first. Kind of a long throw over to first. That's what they call the JV move.
It's also, nowadays, you can't really just step off. You don't want to, the pitch clock. So that's a lot of times when a pitcher doesn't feel it, right? I don't have the conviction with that pitch. Go ahead and just pick over to first and reset yourself.
Grahovac takes off. Montgomery again fouls it back.
Dude, I love it. It's 94, hitter third, lower half. He's just going out there saying, hey, my best right here is the fastball. You got a really good fastball here, and Montgomery seeing who's the best.
Early part of this game, obviously, but R.J. Gordon doesn't seem to be overwhelmed. Kind of seems like got the heartbeat under control, at least externally, from an appearance perspective. Grahovac doesn't go, and there's ball 4. Second walk of the inning, 2 on for Jackson Appel. A&M at 47-13 on the season. There's the head coach, Jim Schlossnagle. 3rd season for him. 12-4 in NCAA tournament. 2nd Super Regional. The team that was 38-27 a season ago. Couldn't get out of the Stanford Regional last year. But it is stacked. The lineup 1 through 9. That is pulled foul. No balls and a strike on Appel.
I think couldn't get out of the Stanford Regional because when they went to Stanford Regional, they pulled one of those right fielder, that guy we just saw. Hey, if we can't get out of the regional, keep playing, how about we take that right fielder, bring him over here to College Station?
Right fielder named Braden Montgomery. 2-way player that's only got 2 innings of work this year on the mound. 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And in a situation like this, when you're on the road, obviously Super's a little bit more magnified than a regular season game. But if that heart rate starts to race a little bit and you realize that hey, I'm kind of getting away from myself. What's the biggest key?
The biggest key is you got to step off. You got to just regather yourself, take deep breaths, knowing that you're really always, maybe not always one pitch away, but yes, right now, Prager got the big double play. You get a ground ball right here, you roll into a double play, totally different inning. And, it keeps the pitch count down. Right now, though, he's having trouble really spotting the fastball, getting that in the zone. So he's going to need more than the breaking ball.
Quick throw to second base. Grahovac is back. 1-2 count on Appel, the catcher.
All the picks tells me there's just not quite the comfort level he wants to have. I mean, Grahovac's a guy with 3 bags. It's not like he's looking to run, a la Vince Coleman, Ricky Henderson. He's not trying to score, take bags. But if you're out there picking, just tells me there's just something, an uneasy feeling when he's on that rubber.
2-2 count. Appel, 322 hitter this year. Senior with 10 home runs, 38 runs batted in. 328 hitter with men in scoring position this season. Transfer from Penn.
When you have such a big 3 like they do, everybody's like, they get all of the credit, right? Well, it's not like it's a big drop off. Yes,
right.
He doesn't have the home runs as the top 3 guys have. He's only got 10, but I think you take that and he's hitting 322. So he's one of the perfect guys to be hitting behind their big 3.
That is foul at the plate. That had some pretty good running action on the hands.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a cutter. Came in at 94. Maybe got on the side of that ball a little bit, but perfect location. Tie up the hands of that hitter.
To your point about Appel, I mean, everyone talks about Laviolette, Montgomery, and so on and so forth. Appel, one of the 5 players named all SEC this year for Texas A&M. Time for most. 2015. This one lined into right field, a base hit. A little bit of a late start for Grahovac. He's being waved around to throw to the plate, nowhere near the plate. It's an RBI single for Jackson Appel, 2-1 Ducks.
Mentioned earlier, Victor, he's having trouble with the breaking ball. This is just 77 in the zone. It's not where you want to throw a 2-strike pitch. Appel does a great job of line drive, but then Drew Smith, the second baseman, heck of a job defensively. He fakes the throw, and that's why you see Braden Montgomery hold up, and that's why he's still at second base and not first or third. But yeah, that throw came in way off the mark. Nice play by Thompson to block that off and not allow the runners to move up, both of them in the scoring position.
See the bubbles on camera. Every time a run is scored by the Aggies, the bubbles fly here in Blue Bell Park. And you're right, to your point, Drew Smith did a heck of a job at second base in freezing the base runners because Grahovac kind of paused for a second, leaving second base.
Yeah, I'd like to see that throw be a little bit more on line to see if there was a better chance, because that's a heads-up defensive play.
Two on Ducks. We're at the bottom of the first with 1 out. Montgomery at second, Appel at first. Burton takes a breaking ball down and away. And again, there's that struggle with the breaking pitch.
And yes, you still have the lead, but the biggest thing about it for Gordon is now, look, that's 21 pitches. It's starting to get, where the pitch counts up and then starting to labor. You have that long inning. That's when you tend to leave that ball over the middle and get hurt with it.
Long inning, high pitch count, and the crowd into it. 1-0 is outside. There's some late life to it, but Burton was able to lay off. Senior first baseman, 296 on the year with 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Two-0. 2-1. Long first inning in game 1 of the Super Regional. Not too many places to put another fan, as that one is on the corner. At least courtesy of Mark Wagers.
Hey, pitchers, you got every now and then you need the umpire to take care of you right here. The breaking ball, thought it was off the plate a little bit too, and I think that's what Burton thought as well.
Just by the reaction of Gordon, he was hoping it'd get called a strike. 2-2, ripped to left field, a base hit. Montgomery is going to be waved in. A little bit of a hesitation to throw to the plate, and Montgomery is out. Two down. Heck of a throw from left fielder Anson Arrows. Hopefully Montgomery's all right. Be attended to now.
Keeping his eyes in front of him.
Second and third, 2 outs now. Runners advancing on a throw to the plate. It's a single for Burton. He's at second base. Appel at third. Kind of the wind has been let out of the sails a little bit here. The injury to Montgomery.
Yeah, this play got quiet pretty quick, especially after that hit, thinking they're about to tie it up. And all of a sudden, watch your star player get taken off with a cast on his foot.
Hayden shot the DH. Senior out of Newport Beach, California. .313 batting average. Transfer from Columbia. 7 home runs, 52 runs batted in. He's got 2 in scoring position. Aggies down a run. It's 2-1 Ducks. Gordon set at the belt. 2-1. Good off-speed pitch, 2-2.
This will be a huge out, Victor. If he's able to get out of this inning and still walk away with the lead, going to be his 30th pitch of the inning. Usually when you're going 30 pitches and only give up a single run, you'll take that as a pitcher any day.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Ducks play shot to pull. Breaking ball, skied foul and out of play. This one landing in the seats. Not a whole lot of foul territory here, especially as the walls jut out toward the foul line. Halfway between first and the right field foul line and third and left field foul line. 330 down the lines, 375 to the alleys, 400 to center field. But it plays a little bit smaller with that south wind blowing out. And the heat. Arrows with a home run in the top of the first for the Ducks. Take a 2-0 lead. Aggies have responded with 1 so far here in the first inning. Another 2-2. Shot takes down and away, gets away. Ball ricochets back toward the field. The run will score. Appel had a great read on it. We're tied at 2.
You know, Victor, after batting practice, I watched the Oregon catchers go and practice this. But you're not expecting a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that skips off the dirt, and so it ricochets, and it's nowhere close. Thompson turns around, and he's not even anywhere near that ball. Easy run scores for A&M, and we got a new ball game. 2-2 in the first.
And still a man at third base. Another 3-2. This one's driven out to right center field. Aggies will have the lead. It'll roll all the way to the wall. His shot is on his way to second. RBI double, 3-2, Texas A&M. Lance, 1 pitch from getting out of it.
Yeah, it's 1 pitch, but still, you're talking about a team that is locked in This is Schotts' 14th double of the year. They have been barreling balls up. The only out from the plate was the Lavalette ball that went to the warning track. So A&M seeing Gordon very good, and now takes the lead 3-2, and more bubbles flying.
Ali Camarillo takes a strike. Junior out of Chula Vista, 299 this year. 33 runs batted in. 0-1. Shows bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-2.
You know, in our conversation yesterday with Gordon, he talked about embracing the heat. Like, this is not how you wanted to embrace it. Being out there in the first inning, 35 pitches, this is about to be. You're thinking, hey, I know it's hot, but I at least get a chance to go back in the dugout and get some shade and maybe a cold towel.
Count remains at 0-2. .35 pitch, first inning for R.J. Gordon, his 17th start of the season. 0-2 to Camarillo. That is driven out to left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Being stopped at third base is Schott. First and third as the bottom of the first continues. Boy, those of you that are joining us from the Knoxville Regional, where Evansville has forced a Game 3 against Tennessee, we welcome you to Bryan College Station, Bluebell Park. I'm Victor Rojas along with Lance Cormier. Game 1 of the Super Regional here. The Ducks with a 2-run home run at the top of the first. Anson Arrows putting the Ducks up. But the Aggies have bounced back here in the bottom of the first inning. They've scored 3 times, still batting with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Another key storyline is that one of the top prospects, draft prospects, in Major League Baseball draft that's coming up this year, Braden Montgomery, injured trying to score in a single to left field. He's injured at the plate. His right ankle was casted on the field with an air cast and then helped off the field. The pitch is outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So a lot of things have happened here in the bottom of the first inning.
And how long ago does it seem like Oregon went up 2-0?
Yeah.
This has been extremely long, and it's about to be pitch number 39. A lot of times you see guys go in the 40s in minor league baseball. You don't get a chance to come back out for the second.
Caden Sorrell has himself a 3-ball, no strike count. The left fielder, a 276 hitter as a freshman this year. 10 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Freshman all SEC. Gordon's 3-0 pitch. Caught the inside corner, 3-1. Hayden Schott the base runner at third base. Camarillo at first. Gordon's 3-1 now. That is pulled foul down the right field side into the berm. Heads up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he is not fooling any of these hitters. When they hit the ball, it's hard. Even the foul balls, they're barreling it up. And a lot of it to me is because he hasn't been able to mix in the off-speed pitch for strikes. We've just basically seen fastball, curveball. He does have the slider, the cutter, and the changeup as well. But a lot of times you fall into that rut of just trying to get those two, get something locked in.
Camarillo is going to be on the move from first base with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. Lifted in the air to left. Not very deep. Arrows calling for it. 1 complete here at Bryan College Station. A&M taking the 3-2 lead as we start the top of the second. Yeah, we have arrived to the second inning. Finally. That was not boring. And this crowd is into it. Thompson, Maloney, Garate.
Well, speaking of not boring, how about the game before us, right? That Evansville Purple Aces going out there, having that shock the world mentality.
Yep.
Went into East Carolina. They took that regional. It was fun to watch. I thought that was the loosest bunch of guys I've ever seen in a dugout, watch them play. And so I fully expected them to go into Knoxville and really, have a good regional or super regional. Didn't know if they would win or not, but it's good to see them being able to continue their season at least one more game.
Bennett Thompson, the catcher, at the plate. There's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Now Ryan Prager, he had to sit for a while. He had, even though he gave up the 2 runs in the first, they happened very quickly. Fairly economical top of the first, but then he had to sit and watch his teammates score some runs for him.
Yeah, but as a pitcher, you give up 2 in the first. I'll go sit as long as as long as you want to let me sit to allow my offense to come back and give me the lead going back out there in the top of the second. But you're right, because this is a part where he's got to go out there, settle down, and put up a 0.
The bat goes flying. Camarillo comes in, and it's an infield base hit. The bat ended up going up against the netting just to the right of the Aggies dugout.
This is a little cutter slider all over the hands. Look at that. Thompson, he doesn't even worry. It just ball goes in play, puts the head down, nice hustle. That's a heck of a play by Camarillo, though. Bare hand, you got one shot, do or die, makes it, but just enough speed by Thompson to be able to beat that out. We're in for a good one right here.
Yes, we are. Missed downstairs. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
I think that's been the biggest change in all of college baseball the last, whether it's 3-5 years, even going farther back, it's just the evolution of the strike zone getting smaller, it seems.
Out to right center field, new center fielder, Chestnut, who moved from second base after the injury to Braden Montgomery. Chase Laviolette moves over to right field, and the new second baseman is Caden Kent. Kent will bat in that number 3 spot. So 1 out, 1 on. Carter Garate steps in, third baseman. Sophomore. Murrieta, California. Carter, 283 on the year, 13 doubles, 3 home runs, 26 runs batted in. MVP of the Santa Barbara Regional. He'll shoot one out to the alley in right center field. Chestnut over to cut it off. Does so. He will hold Garate to a single. Moving to third base is Thompson. So the Ducks answer right back. First and third with 1 out.
Carter Garate staying hot. You said MVP. That Santa Barbara Regional just keeps rolling. It's his first knock.
And a 5 for 10 regional, 4 runs batted in, including a home run. He's over at first. And Bryce Betcher, the center fielder, now steps in. Number 9 hitter. Runners at the corners. Prager got a double play ball in the first. See if he can get one here. At least that's what he's hoping for. Get his offense back into the dugout.
Betcher will be one of the tougher guys to double up, though. Got a lot of speed. 14 of 16 stolen bases, so.
This one's fouled back and out of play.
Doesn't mean you can't, but
yeah,
makes it a little bit tougher when a guy's got that kind of speed.
Oregon 3 for 24 in the Santa Barbara Regional with men in scoring position. And yet they're here. Pitching, defense.
Pitching, defense wins, right?
Yeah.
What travels? Pitching and defense, and that's exactly what they had at a 1.55 ERA. No error in their 3 ball games in Santa Barbara. 2
balls, 1 strike. I hear some Moaning and groaning. The Aggie faithful. Mark Wagers calling the balls to strike. Jeff Gosney at first. Adam Dowdy at second. Derek Mojica at third base. Umpire and crew for the Super Regional. Three balls and a strike. Prager not as sharp as perhaps he was last week. Redshirt sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. Second team all SEC. This is his 17th start of the season, 8-1 with a 2.53 ERA. The 3-1. It's foul to the plate. Full count now. Prager injured all last year, pitched 10 games as a freshman at 22, sat out last year as a redshirt. And boy, he came back
with a vengeance.
Oh man, did he? Full count. And that's a hit by pitch, so a dead ball. So bases are loaded. Top of the order coming up now.
I love when you can get some production from the bottom of that lineup, being able to flip it, but also when you're flipping it, you're getting guys on base, and that allows your top of the lineup, which you would say, hey, that's our better hitters, get a chance to hit with men on base, drive them in, especially you give a free pass to that 9-hole hitter.
First mound visit of this ball game in a position that to give yourself an edge as much as possible.
Yeah, and when he says thinking outside the box is because the guy, Coach Wiener, he had been the minor league pitching coordinator, so he'd never been in game with a competitive atmosphere like that. So that was kind of the thing that worried him. But when you start thinking outside the box, he goes as far away from outside the box. His mantra is dominate the zone, right? It's the most simple thing you do. Everything, throw strikes. That's all he's been preaching all year. And A&M has done everything he's asked, and they continue to throw strikes. And I think that, I mean, you look at the numbers, that's why they're where they're at.
Well, Prager in a little bit of trouble here with the bases loaded. 1-1 count on Mason Novell, who singled and scored in the first. Good breaking ball. 1-2. Thompson at third, Karate at second, and Betcher at first. See the defense for A&M. 3-2 Aggies, top of the second.
I'd love for him to go right back to that slider. He put it in a perfect location the pitch before.
This one's out to center field. It'll hang up for Chestnut. The run will score. The throw's going to try to go to third base and a little bit off target, but we're tied at 3. '43rd RBI of the season for Mason Novell. There's Anson Arrows, left fielder, hit the 2-run home run in the first. You're surprised with the location of that pitch?
Yeah, because that's exactly, a lot of times pitchers will try to make a better pitch. The pitch right before that, the 1-1 pitch, was a swing and miss, slider right behind the plate, exactly where you wanted. He tried to make it a little bit better, stays in the zone and a lot more hittable, gets good contact. Positive at bat, obviously gets a sac fly, but also moves another runner, Garate, into scoring position, or into third. Now he can score on a wild pitch.
Arrows with that 2-run home run in the first, 5th of the year. Now with 23 runs batted in. Betcher's got a pretty good lead at first base. Now one misses down and in. It's 2 balls and no strikes. It's a pretty comfortable at bat so far for Oregon. This one's hit toward the hole, and that is through. Ducks back on top. It's 4-3. Arrows with a 3 RBI game.
This is just a good piece of hitting. He goes changeup. It's 80 miles an hour. It's off. See, it's got a little tail away, and just look how far. It's a one-handed swing. Anson Arrows goes out, gets it, hooks it into that 6-hole. Sometimes, though, hitters, when they're feeling that good and they're seeing the ball well, you can make a bad pitch and they still get that hit.
Another good hack. Meggers fouling this one off the mitt. Ducks DH singled in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. Heart rate of these fans. Up and down, up and down.
Yeah, just the momentum swings we've had just in an inning and a half.
7 runs on 10 hits combined for these two teams.
And these teams had the best ERA going through the regional.
Yeah.
Oregon was at a 1.55, A&M at a 1.86, I believe. And so you're talking about two of the best pitching staffs. And that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing an offense is ready to explode.
Ducks average 3.3 runs per game in that Santa Barbara regional. A&M 7 in their regional here last weekend. Meggers shoots one out toward left center field. That could be trouble. Chestnut moving over. Nobody can get to her. One hops the wall. Scoring easily is Betcher. Arrows comes around from first. He will score. 2 RBI double by Meggers. He's got himself a 2-hit game. And it is 6-3 Oregon.
Gotta love the fight back from the Ducks offense. I mean, you quiet the crowd, you go out there and give up some runs, and you're going, oh man, we had our shot, and then all of a sudden defense comes back. The Ducks come out swinging. 8th double of the year right here for Meggers. I thought it was going to hang up enough for Sorrell to run under it, but he just out of his reach. And yeah, you're right. Anson Arrows easily scores from first base.
And Ryan Prager is being taken out of this game. Brad Rudis, who had been
strikeout numbers out of the bullpen, and you want to talk about stuff. It is electric and easy cheese.
Yeah, Rudis is still in the bullpen warming up, just in case. But Cortez, the guy to try to stop the bleeding here. It's Drew Smith, 8th man to step to the plate for the Ducks here in the second. Meggers standing at second base. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
I mean, it's fastball up to 100 miles an hour, and it's such a lightning quick arm. Comes out of nowhere. The slider can be anywhere from mid upper 80s to even low 90s. So it's great stuff.
1-2.
The biggest thing for him this year is he's throwing more strikes. He always has had the stuff. It's just being able to be in the zone, and this year a lot more strikes, which you see a lot more success.
Ryan Prager going inning and 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs so far, all earned. Swing and a miss. Cortez gets the job done, but not before the Ducks strike for 4. They lead it 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the second. Than that, and the Ducks are on top, 6-3, pardon me, in the bottom of the second inning. 9-1-2 for the Aggies. Chestnut, Grahovac, Laviolette, Braden Montgomery out of the game due to an injury in the first inning, trying to score on a single to left from second base. Chestnut, now the center fielder because of that injury. Came in batting .287, 3 home runs and 12 runs batted in. 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Time is called as Jacob Walsh needs some sunglasses over at first base. It's a 3-1 count.
Gordon been playing with fire, a lot of disadvantaged counts. 3-0, 3-1 counts as a pitcher. Don't want to be in there.
And you don't want to be doing a leadoff walk thing after your team just retook the lead.
Right, so you go, they score 2 runs in the first, he walks Grahovac to lead off the game. They score 4 runs in the second, and you go ahead and walk the 9-hole hitter on 5 pitches. Yeah, not what Coach Hawks or the pitching coach for Oregon wants to see.
Here's the freshman third baseman who walked and scored in that first inning. Breaking ball down and away. Chestnut will run, as we mentioned, in the first inning. 14 stolen bases on the year, has been caught just once. Infield pretty much straight up with Grahovic at the plate. It's about as good a 1-2-3 in the lineup as there is in the country. This one toward the corner, and it goes foul. Just hooked it. A long strike, and it evens the count at 1-1.
Got to be one of the toughest things as a hitter. That ball, fastball is coming on the inside part of the plate. You get just antsy and aggressive. The hands leave the body just a little bit. Off the bat, you're thinking double. And then at the last second, it just hooks. I know as a pitcher, boy, that's just going to fire the heart. You talk about speeding up the heart rate. You're like, oh. But that'll also make you think, though, hey, now I can get in a little bit more. Throw that four seam up under the hands.
1 ball, 1 strike. Out of the way. Grahovic is just so polished. Coming in and starting as a freshman. Fantastic season. And I mentioned the top 3 in that order: Grahovic, Laviolette, Montgomery. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean,
when you're looking at possibly 3 straight top 10, top 15 picks in the draft. You know, 3 straight years. This year, Montgomery. And then he'll hand the baton to Laviolette. Then he'll hand the baton to Grahovic. Each guy's move up a spot in the lineup each year, or move back one.
Yeah. Ball's into dirt, and that will allow Chestnut to take second base.
Yeah, both these starters, not the start I expected from both of them, had been quality all year long. Neither of them looked like they were able to settle in.
Full count. Laviolette on deck. Pickoff attempt at second base. Chestnut is back.
You know, one of our biggest conversations with Jace Laviolette yesterday was about knowing he trusts the other teammates. Now, the injury to Montgomery, he's not protected by him. Will he go out of his way to start, you know, to want to be the guy to drive in those runs? Hope to see that early.
There's the payoff. Grahovic fouls it at the plate. So we'll reset and do it again. 3-2, 6-3 Ducks. We're in the bottom of the second. Did happen to ask a couple of friends of mine if the best 1-2-3 that they ever saw in college. Greg Swindell, obviously Longhorn legend. He mentioned a team out of Arizona State back in 1984 that had a pretty good
I know one's going to be involved. Who else? Who was with?
Oda B. McDowell.
Okay.
Mike Devereaux.
Oh, yeah.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I knew that one.
No.
Mike Devereaux. And Miami. I know Miami had a big 2 in '98. Pat Burrell and Jason Michaels, and I'm sure they had somebody else in there as a team there in Omaha. But I'm sure that's it. We need more people chiming in for that.
I love that. Pickoff attempt at second base, and they got him. What a play! Chestnut saying that he was safe. Umpires are going to get together. But you talk from a timing perspective, I mean, executed to perfection, whether the call stands or otherwise.
Yeah, he called this a daylight move, and he's standing there, and when the infielder feels like he can make it, he flashes either the glove.
Call stands at first base. Pickoff attempt.
So you got 4 outs for Gordon.
Yep.
2 of them base running errors.
You're right. Montgomery being thrown out at the plate in the first inning and getting injured. Being helped off the field. Grahovac strikes out. 2 down.
That's just your old 93-mile-an-hour fastball, rare bag. Look, hey, 3-2, gonna have to hit to get on, trust it. Outer third, hittable pitch. Blows it right by Gavin Grahovac. Look at that, and that's where you want it as a hitter. And that's why it makes you frustrated when you see guys not throw strikes. It's because hitters still swing and miss at those types of pitches.
Laviolette hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1, just got underneath one.
Oh, if he doesn't get under that, he hits that ball on the street.
Yeah. On the corner, 1-1. Chase didn't appear to like that call. You see the shift. Drew Smith out in shallow right field. Maddox Maloney over to the right side of the infield. 1-1 now. 2-1. Six-3. Ducks lead it. We're in the bottom of the second. Settle in, because there's a lot more baseball happening here. That one's down low. 3-1. Scorcher of a day here at College Station. A couple of wispy clouds up above, and that's it. A little bit different weather than Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah, I was talking to...
Or Santa Barbara.
Right, they had 72 degrees with a slight little wind in Santa Barbara last week. A little different.
Slightly different. It's a 7th 3-ball count Gordon has had. 3-1. There's a walk. Third free pass.
That's why you're seeing 60 pitches through an inning in 2/3.
Well, and this is where I think you see that with Montgomery injured and not in the lineup anymore.
Oh, for sure.
Take the bat out of Laviolette's hands and take a chance with Caden Kent, who took over.
All right, because
that spot.
You come into a series going, hey, who can't beat you? And if it's Montgomery, then you're going, well, if he's out, that becomes Laviolette, and I'm going to pitch around him and make Caden Kent, the sophomore, who hasn't played as much, and, you know, rusty off the bench, I'm going to make him beat me.
Caden Kent, first AB, fouls this one back. Kent, 286 hitter this year. 44th game, 17 starts, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. The sophomore. Short lead at first base for Jason. This one skied out to right center field. Will it stay in the ballpark? And it will. Third out is recorded. 2 complete, 6-3. Cortez still on the bump. First pitch is in there for a strike. Cortez came in with 2 outs. Got the strikeout of Drew Smith to finish off the top of the second. Jacob Walsh, the first baseman, struck out in the first, so he's 0 for 1. Ryan Prager, A&M starter, knocked out. Inning in 2/3, 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. One ball, 2 strikes now. If you're Oregon, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You knocked out Ryan Prager. Not to deal with the left-hander. Montgomery gets hurt. You feel comfortable at the plate. You're scoring some runs. Now the question is whether you can maintain that momentum on the road here at College Station. Down goes Walsh, second time this afternoon, 1 away. A little bit about that Oregon offense. Mentioned the few runs that they scored in the regional in Santa Barbara. We had 5 runs combined in the previous 2 games. Today, 6 runs in the first 2 innings.
They did get a complete game shutout, so he didn't have to score many runs. But from the looks of that last pitch, 100-mile-an-hour fastball blown right by Jacob Walsh, the premier power hitter. Runs might be at a tough to come by from now on after Prager. I thought he would be good. having him out there, the numbers were outstanding at home. He had a 1.67 ERA and 9 starts at home. Just something about it just wasn't clicking for him. A.J. Gordon's kind of looked the same, but somehow he's just kind of finagled his way, 2 base running errors, and he's gotten through 2 innings and only given up the 3 runs. When you look at the pitch count, it's in the mid-60s. You would think he's given up the 6th spot.
Gordon has been essentially effectively wild,
right?
It feels like. When he's needed to make a pitch, he's gotten it. His pitch count has been deep almost pretty much on every batter. And conversely, when you look at going back to Prager's inning and 2/3, is that is in there for a strike to even up the count. Prager's a guy that talked about filling up the strike zone, throwing to the middle part of the plate, and let the ball run wherever it goes. And Oregon's game plan today said they're going to rush that pitch.
Do it, yeah.
Early.
We're going to ambush it and go out there and swing early and often, and that's exactly what they did.
It's foul back and out of play. The count remains at 2-2. Not a ton of room between home plate and the backstop here at Bluebell Park. Two. This is pulled to the left side. Grahovec's got it. 2 down. Talked about Oregon's defense. A&M's played pretty good defense this year as well. Just 44 errors on the season. First time in this game that either side has retired the first 2 batters to start an inning. Maddox Maloney, who skied with a center in his first at bat, takes a strike. Ten home runs for Maloney, a new freshman record at Oregon. Knocked off his teammate Jacob Walsh, set the freshman record a couple of years ago, 6. Only a native of Springfield, Oregon. First team all Pac-12 this year. He skies one down the left field side, hook and foul, and that'll play. That's 1-2. Find a spot and settle in this yard.
Squeeze here,
yeah.
Because it is a crowded ballpark. And right now they're just looking for something to cheer about.
1-2 from Cortez, way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 in the first, 4 in the second for Oregon. Aggies with 3 in the bottom of the first inning. Braden Montgomery no longer in this game, an injury knocking him out in the bottom of the first. Down goes Maloney. A 1-2-3 third inning. The opener against Georgia in grand fashion.
Yeah, speaking of super,
yeah.
the NC State's offense was super. 18 runs, rolled into Foley Field and put up a touchdown, went for 2.
It's crazy.
A field goal.
Pell pulling one down the line, just foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on the catcher. Pell, Burton, and Schott. Evansville defeating Tennessee, forcing a game 3 tomorrow. That was a game that was very one-sided early on, and credit the Purple Aces for battling back.
That's just who they are. It's just a scrappy team that, heck, they've been playing with house money for a long time. Coach Carroll talked about, hey, they just wanted to win the conference tournament. That was their goal. Well, once they got that done, it's like, all right, what else we do, right? Hey, get sent to East Carolina. Hey, it's going to be a tough draw, right? Tough place to go play. Well, they knocked that out. Go to Knoxville, #1 team in the country. Tough place to play. Still fighting.
One, 2. Fouled off. Spoiled a pretty good pitch. Florida State punched its ticket. They dispatched of UConn back-to-back days. Their offense got it going yesterday with 24 runs, and they did not let up. Congratulations, however, to Coach Penders. Really good ball club. This one launched out to right field. Short wall and right. That is off the top of that short wall. Appel turns, heads to second. He's got himself a leadoff double. Imagine it's only 3:30 down the line and a very short wall in front of the visitors' bullpen.
Yeah, beautiful swing right here. Like the hands stay in, just barrel right to the ball. Little top spin, that's probably why it doesn't go out. You mentioned short wall. This hits, though, probably within 6 inches of going into that bullpen. I thought when you yelled short wall, I thought it might give it a little bit more up, get into that bullpen.
And had Neville come up with that carom, would have had to play at second base and or held Appel to a single.
Yeah, because he stopped. Appel stops, rounds. You practice that, though, in running. You practice running the bases, just a little stutter step. That's exactly what he did. Makes it into second base.
So Appel with a 2-hit game, a single and a double. Double his 13th of the year. Ted Burton, the first baseman, singled and scored in the first. He's 1 for 1. Just got a piece of it. No balls, 2 strikes. This will be the 70th pitch of the afternoon for Duck starter Gordon. In the dirt, gets away. Appel will take third base on the wild pitch. What a great read.
That's one of the easy ones right in front of you, though. You see that ball goes in front. He knows he can get it. Just trust your stuff. A little baseball play, right? High IQ. You don't need a coach to tell you when to go. You just trust your stuff. Thompson was really upset that he couldn't keep that ball closer.
All too often, though, you see runners that get flat-footed in that position, in that secondary lead.
Well, that's why, yeah, when you're secondary lead, you got to get that timing right to where you land on your right foot as that ball's crossing the plate. And the good ones can do it, and they see that ball down and get that extra base easy.
Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Man at third base, 6-3 Ducks.
Biggest thing you haven't seen from A.J. Gordon is the put-away pitch. He came in 83 punch-outs in 91 innings, and it's only 1 punch-out. Well, make that 2 of the fastball. You take 93 on the outside part of the plate. That's not necessarily the put-away, but the guy up there, when you take that pitch as a hitter, you're looking something off speed because he absolutely froze him with a fastball. Beautiful pitch, but you're thinking the guy's going to swing at that.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, when you see a guy take a pitch like that, that just tells you he's thinking breaking ball because he goes breaking ball before that and showed you that's how he wanted to get him out. But his 2 punch-outs have been on the fastballs, fastball to Grahovac and fastball right there.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I meant is, does that surprise you that he's looking for a breaking ball, considering that Gordon has had issues throwing that or commanding it?
But the biggest thing is Gordon has kept going to it, and I think that's why you see the hitters do that.
This one down the line, but foul. Right size, wrong shape. No balls and a strike. Hayden shot the DH. RBI double in the first. Corners just about even with the bag. Middle infield is deep. 1-1. Good breaking ball there, down and in.
Yeah, that might be his best breaking ball of the day so far. Perfect placement. But the biggest thing to me right now, Victor, is it's 75 pitches, and there's still nobody. And we're only in the 3rd inning with only 1 out, and there's still nobody in the bullpen, just even down there, right? They have nobody down there to possibly even stretch it out.
Breaking ball, pit past Walsh, RBI single. Appel scores, and it's 6-4 Ducks. Multi-RBI game for Hayden Schott.
Bubbles are out. Watch this sequence. This is the beautiful breaking ball right where he wants to. Back foot, and then pitchers. We don't have to make it better. I was talking with their pitching coach, Blake Hawksworth, today about it. We tend to want to make it better. No, it can be just as good. That ball's up, hittable. How about the grad transfer? Hayden Schott coming up huge. 15th multi-RBI game of the season.
Ali Camarillo takes a breaking ball for a strike. What is it about pitchers sometimes where they feel like they need to try to make a better pitch?
Because like we just, I don't know, you're out there on the mound and you just see it. You're like, hey, all right, now I can do this.
If I do this?
Yeah, if I do this, it's even better, right? You almost need the catcher to kind of halfway be like, no, that's the one you want, right? That's good. But we're all like that. You know, and it starts early. You think, and especially when a hitter maybe takes one that you felt was really good, nasty. And you're like, sometimes hitters just get frozen. They don't know why they took it. They don't know how they didn't swing. And so we see that. We get frustrated. We want to make it better.
2 balls with a strike on Camarillo, who had a single in the first. 6-4. Ducks lead it. We're in the bottom of the third. Like a heavyweight battle.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted.
We're in the third.
Let's go. About an hour and a half into this bad boy. Game 1. The Super Regionals here at Bryan College Station. Short lead for Schott at first base. 2-1 to Camarillo. He read that pitch nicely. 2-2, just fouled it off to the right.
Yeah, hung up just enough. That's one of those, if it breaks a little bit more, it's probably right where he wants it. And so sometimes that backup breaking ball can be a really good pitch.
It could be a really good pitch, and it could be a pitch you never get back. Those tend to go a long way.
Yeah, go and give me a new ball.
2-2. Struck him out with a fastball up. 2 down. Third strikeout of the game for the right-hander.
And when in doubt, rear back, let it eat. And that's what Gordon is going to. 92, 93 with the fastball still. And, you know, it's a hot day, 81 pitches, so the body's feeling good. But that long first inning, 40-something, I think it was 43 pitches in that first inning, had to make him tired.
Sorrell's 0 for 1, skied with the left to end the first inning. New baseball put into play. Sorrell batting in the 8th spot in the order, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup. With Gavin Grahovac in the top spot in the order. That one a little bit low. And Laviolette, a sophomore. As Jim Schlossnagle told us yesterday, it's about winning now. It's finding best players right now to win, but it's also finding that balance of bringing young guys in and developing them.
I think when you look in the landscape of college baseball, that's every coach's biggest thing they're trying to figure out, right? How do you keep the guys on your roster happy? How do you find, you know, plug in the holes you need to find with the transfer portal? And then when you do that, not then frustrate the guys that you just made happy on your team and then possibly get in that portal. So it's a huge juggling act, something that makes college baseball coaching, which was already tough when you're talking about 11.7 scholarships and 35 to 40 players, already one of the hardest things to do. And now you have to juggle all that and moving the draft back. Oof.
This one off the end of the bat towards short. Taking himself as Maloney. They get the force out at second. Aggies get a run in the third. We're off to the 4th. Ducks on top. Goal. Leg area gave way. He was thrown out at the plate, but more importantly was taken out of this game. As you can see by the crutches and the boot, clearly severely injured, and they haven't given us word. We'll hear from coach and training staff after the game. on the update. This is a chopper to short. Camarillo comes charging in on it, off balance throw. It's true for the first out. Durante 1 for 2. Lance, what do you think? I mean, the Aggies have to look. If you don't have a next man up mentality throughout the course of a long season, you're in trouble, right? Because then all of a sudden you get punched in the face, you don't know what to do. It seems like, in listening to the guys yesterday, that is the mentality. Does it stink? Absolutely. You want Braden Montgomery in your lineup, but there are other guys in the lineup that need to step up now.
Absolutely, they need to. But when you've gone all year without having to have that mentality, and then it happens in which the biggest game of the season, it's a huge gut punch.
This one bunted to third. Grahovac's got no play. That's an infield base hit for Betcher, who can run, as we mentioned.
And so when you lose the middle part of that guy, right, your go-to guy, the one you look to, he's got the postseason experience with Stanford last year, so he comes in, been to Omaha, he has that. He's the guy that you're thinking, hey, he's going to help lead us to that because he's been there, he's done that, and also, by the way, he's that good. He comes in, he comes through in the clutch. It's tough because, again, it puts more pressure on Lavalette, Grahovac at the beginning of the lineup to maybe produce when you're thinking, because that's the one thing that Lavalette said in our interview. He was like, look, I know that if I mess up and I don't get it done, that they got to go and face Beamont, and they're thinking the pitcher, he's not off the hook. He has to go and face one of the best hitters in the country, and that's not easy to do.
I'd imagine that a team coached by Jim Schlossnagle would be ready to roll just in case. You don't want it to happen, but I think at this time of year, you don't have a choice, right? It's like, hey man, we can't sit here and lick our wounds. We got to keep rolling.
I agree with that, because you're right. You can't. You start sulking and everything, and you find yourself losing which way they're at. I'm not saying that caused them to lose out. Prager just wasn't sharp on the mound, but you're right. You have no time to sulk because Oregon's not going to let you. They want to take this game.
On the train and right. Pick off throw to first. Easily back in there as Betcher mentioned. He'll run. 14 stolen bases on the year. Neville 1 for 1. A single with a run scored in the first. Sac fly in the second. He's the right fielder. RBI is 43rd of the season. A little bit closer.
Yeah, I thought the pickoff before, he might have had him, but the throw was a little bit up the line to Burton, and that one right there, you can see the quick feet. We've seen some nasty pickoff moves. Gordon at second base to get out of a jam in the second inning, and right there Cortez showing the quick feet, and he also throws 100 to first as well.
2-1. Good pitch down and in. Absolute filth.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's one of those, it doesn't even come close to starting it as a strike. Right. Hitter's still just waving at it.
Cortez has worked an inning in 2/3 so far in relief of Prager. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 2 down. There it is. There it isn't.
Yeah, guess what? Here it comes. You can tell him this is such a nasty pitch. It looks like it's starting belt high. Watch, comes in and then all of a sudden just disappeared. And by the way, 89 miles an hour, because you got to respect the 199 mile an hour fastball. That is disgusting. And I don't know how guys like this get hit sometimes, because you're going, if you could just do that every single time. Again, though, we talked about it. We try to make it a little bit better when it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. As the old saying goes, blind squirrel finds a nut on occasion. The pitch is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Anson Arrows 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. We hear from Coach Waz after the break. Quick throw. Betcher wasn't that far off the first base.
A lot of times as a hitter, if you could just not swing, which is way easier said than done, you'll find yourself in counts like this. 2-0 where you get a chance to think you're going to get that fastball to hit. But he shows you. Next level stuff, 89-mile-an-hour slider, 2-0.
That's got to feel good as a pitcher. You see the hitter smiling and nodding and agree. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I saw it.
You got that, huh? Cool.
Went around on that one.
No, that's what makes you feel good as a pitcher. You see the hitter get so frustrated, he about slammed his bat in the ground.
Batcher still at first, 2 down. Cortez trying to get the Aggies back into the dugout. They're down by 2. Time is called. Pitch clock violation. Full count. And now Betcher will get the head start from first.
I thought he was going to go just with the, it's going to be a slider count. Probably have a chance to bounce one. I thought Betcher would take off, but obviously, like you said, definitely taking off right here.
Three-two, and he walked him.
Boy, Arrows is playing with a little flair. And after the home run, was doing some high stepping. He's got the other hit, and then right there, the walk. Throws the bat downstairs at the A&M dugout.
The bat flip.
Bat flip the walk. when one of the balls was a time clock violation. Heck, if you get on base, though, the way Cortez is stuff, he didn't want to face that slider down.
Yeah, he's been on board 3 times now. Home run, single, and a walk. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch in for a strike on Chase Meggers.
And it's such an easy 100 miles an hour. The arm is lightning quick.
One on one. Meggers 2 for 2, a couple of singles, 2 runs batted in.
Had a lot of hitting coaches talk about it. Like a guy like this, it's swing if it's a fastball, because if it's not, you're not hitting it anyway. So I catch up, like a guy with that good of a fastball and that good of a slider, you got to be on one of them. So choose one, find it, and see what happens.
The runner's going. It's a swing and a miss. They'll have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and they do. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 6-4 Ducks. And you got to be happy with the way the offense came out early against a very good starting pitcher, Ryan Prager.
Yeah, I thought we had a good game plan against him, and the kids executed it. And so, we'll take a 2-run lead going in the bottom of the 4th for sure.
Well, Coach, to me, Story, Gordon, obviously the high pitch count, but just the veteran presence and just the toughness to stick it out there. What have you seen from him today?
Yeah, he doesn't have his best stuff, and we saw a little bit of signs of him settling down, last inning. We had some issues with the technology and stuff that I thought was screwing with him a little bit at the first, to be honest with you, and hopefully we've solved that. But yeah, I mean, he's a tough kid, and he's old and the whole deal. I don't think the environment's getting to him at all. It's just a matter, I don't think he's super sharp right now.
It looked like early on that, and we mentioned it, he looks like a guy that's under control, not, low heartbeat, that not letting this atmosphere get to him at all.
Well, this is what you want, right? I mean, this is what you want. You want to play college baseball, and, you think about signing professionally. Like, what are you doing? You want to go to Bluefield and sit on a bus and be in single A, or you want to come and be a part of this kind of deal? I mean, this is if this isn't the best reason in the world for a kid to turn down good money and come to college, whether it's Oregon, Texas A&M, or any of these schools are just packed right now. They're busting at the seams, and it's just a great advertisement for the type of life that these guys live right now. They're jumping on charter planes, flying around, coming and playing in environments like this. I mean, if you can't just embrace this and love this, boy, there's something wrong with you.
No doubt about it. Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck to you this weekend.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the coverage. Go Ducks.
Mark Wasikowski in his 6th season at the helm of the Ducks. 40-18 this year, 19-11 in the Pac-12. Gordon settling in, get a strikeout to start off the inning.
And he's right when you talk about, do you want to go get on those 12-hour bus rides, minor league ball, playing every day, or can you picture something like this? Because most minor league parks, they're getting better. but it's not like you're going to get 8,000 fans, cheering for you. It's a little bit of a quieter crowd.
Yep.
People just maybe going out there just enjoying some family time. But this is every single part of what you want. If you're a player that you want to get out there and compete, this is where you want to be.
Aggie Alley jammed up. It's a great atmosphere, and you're seeing more and more of this throughout the country. Grahovac is ahead of the count of 3 balls and a strike.
When you're seeing athletic departments truly invest money. What were we talking to Coach Hutchins here at A&M, the operations guy, and he said they're putting in a $80 to $100 million renovation possibly here, and so excited to do all that. But when athletic departments are putting money into these, because these players are getting to experience things that you don't get to experience sometimes even in the big league level. Clubhouses are nicer in college baseball in the high level, high Power 5 places.
I see that median age going up a little bit at the collegiate level. Guys sticking around a little bit longer. 3-2. Grahovac fouls it off. Count remains full. Not only that, I mean, Schlossnagle talked about it yesterday too. I mean, it's right in front of you. Major League Baseball has cut 40+ teams. Minor leagues a couple of years ago. They've cut jobs down to 160 jobs per team now. And the draft is now 20 rounds. So it's forcing guys really to rearrange things. This one's past the diving shortstop, Maddox Maloney, up the alley. Grahovac's going to slam on the brakes. Hard single for him with 1 out here in the 4th. But you've got to make a decision. And Coach talked about the recruiting of Grahovac, leaving after they got knocked out last year at Stanford, and then going down to Orange County and talking to Grahovac and Gavin and his dad and saying, hey, come to A&M. It's as opposed to maybe going into the MLB draft. He's a highly touted prospect in high school. That's the mindset. And not only that, guys are much stronger, much bigger, and you have to be ready to not only put in your time. If you're one of those guys that are fortunate enough like Grahovac to come in and play, great. But if you're not that guy, if you're not that 1% guy, you better be waiting your turn, to be willing to wait your turn. And that's what we're seeing in the portal, and it's changing the dynamic of college sports. I think it's making it better. There's no doubt about it.
Right. You got to have those freshmen that expect to come in and play, and if they don't play, you got to have them not.
This one down the line, it'll one-hop the fence. It'll stay in play. And it bobbled by Neville. Grahovac will come around to score. Laviolette ends up at third base. It's a 1-run game. That should go as a double and an error.
Speaking of big, strong, right? Jace Laviolette, he's the guy who you're looking for. And this curveball's not a bad pitch. It's on the black, it's in, but it's not down enough. But that's right where the lefties want it, boy. Just be able to drop the head of the bat right there. Double down the line, and you're right, Victor. The bobble allows Grahovac to come all the way from first, because he was stopping. They were going to hold him up. They're going to hold him up. They see the bobble, and that also gets Laviolette to third base with less than 2 outs.
This will bounce over to Walsh at first base. It's bobbled. Laviolette's coming home. Bobbled still by Walsh over at first. Safe at first base. Walsh could not find the baseball, and Caden Kent is able. Second error of the inning for Walsh, his 4th of the year, and for Neville in right field, his 2nd of the year.
Well, I thought he did a good job of just keeping the ball in front, just wore it off the chest because it took a bad hop. But then he starts to rush, and he's trying to lead the guy and look at the runner while he's going to grab it. But when that happens, chaos starts to go, and the crowd gets more involved. Little Olsen magic.
That internal clock starts to speed up a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Appel 2 for 2, a single, double, RBI, and a couple of runs scored. 6-6 here in the 4th. That is hit out to the right field corner. Neville giving chase, and that'll get down. That's a fair ball. Into the corner she goes. Kent on his way to third. He'll be stopped right there. And Jackson Appel, the catcher, with a single and 2 doubles. Action in the Oregon bullpen. It's Ryan Featherston is getting ready.
Boy, have a day. 3 for 3, the senior. This ball is just inside the line. Game of inches we play. Whew.
Time is called. This is kind of a get the guy ready in the bullpen. Shouldn't take long to get loose in this weather.
No, absolutely not. Couple throws, you're there. Trust it. You know, the heat's there. You know you got 8 more pitches on the mound.
I think the Aggie faithful anticipating a pitching change here.
This might be one of those double visits. Pitching coach comes out, walks back out.
Second and third. Kent over at third base. Appellate second. Infield back. The first one's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bird with a single and a run scored in the first, struck out looking into third. Two and 0. See Bennett Thompson, the catcher for Oregon, trying to bring that pitch back into the strike zone. Trying to yank it back in. See if he can get Wagers, the home plate umpire, to bite. Last outing for Featherston was on the first against UC Santa Barbara. 3-0. Oh, they're on their feet now. They see the 3-0. They sense it.
Well, Coach Was talked about, you know, the senior embracing the moment. Now it's the freshman. This has got to be the biggest stage you've ever been on. It's a 6-6 ball game. You got runners in scoring position. Huge moment.
There's ball 4. They're loaded up. The old ball 5 chant. Heart rate probably speeding up a little bit. Hayden shot 2 for 2 today. RBI double in the first, RBI single in the third. No place to put him. Time is called. Thompson wants the infield in now.
Just the way he went out there, you assume, hey, mixed up a pitch. He throws breaking ball, you're thinking fastball, but bringing all the guys in, it's a good leadership right there. Maybe he saw something with the base runners, what to look for.
But as a pitcher, aren't you sitting there going, dude, I just shut them up. What are you doing, man?
In my rhythm. No, you got to trust your kid. You're out there, man, especially as a freshman, you got the catcher out there. He knows what he's doing. He's seeing everything happen.
Defensively straight up, looking for the double play ball. The 0-1 shot. Swinging through the off-speed pitch, and a good one, 0-2.
Yeah, not much difference from the fastball to the changeup at 84 miles an hour, but you could see just a break on it, just fading away from the left-handed hitter.
Shot this year 4 for 11 with the bases loaded. Kent at third, Appel at second, Burton at first. 2 runs in, we're knotted at 6. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Chopper to the right side, gonna be tough to turn 2. They get the lead runner at second to relay back to first, not in time. The Aggies have taken a 7-6 lead. Hayden Schott picks up his 3rd RBI of the game.
Little shot right there. Smith to Maloney. Thought you had a shot, but the lefty shot right out of the box. Enough speed. And hey, you know it too. You got bases loaded. You know there's a shot. You're going to get a chance to get that RBI. You're going to hustle out of the box.
No doubt. Appel at third, shot at first. Ali Camarillo, the shortstop, now up. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Featherston's first pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Camarillo, the 8th man to step to the plate here in the 4th. One on one.
How about this right here, Victor? The Aggies they're 7 for 15 with runners on, and we're still in the bottom of the 4th. It just shows you how many base runners they have had. A lot of that to do with the 5 walks, 9 hits already.
Camarillo lays off the breaking ball. He wanted to appeal, but he didn't go. It's 2-1. 2 costly errors in this 4th inning.
Yeah, we talked about it. Pitching and defense was going to be the thing that was going to get them to the victory, and the pitching wasn't good, and defense has let them down this inning.
Camarillo pops it up, first base side. Walsh backing up on it, and he'll make the catch for the 3rd out. 3 runs in for the Aggies. We're off to the 5th inning. His 3rd season, kind enough to join us. And Coach, I got to ask you about Braden Montgomery and the injury at the plate in that 1st inning. What did you see, and how's he doing as far as the injury is concerned?
I I obviously saw him. We had tried to score from second base, and kind of a little bit of an awkward slide. I didn't see if there was a collision or not, but yeah, he's banged up pretty good.
Well, Coach, not the start you wanted on the mound from Ryan Prager, but you got to be happy with the offense. What have you seen from them to be able to come back and put up the 7th spot and eventually take that lead?
Yeah, I mean, we've, we could even be better. We swung in another ball right there. We just got to, check your ego at the door and just make these guys throw strikes.
Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck to you this weekend.
All right, thank you, Gig 'em.
Got it. Here in the 5th inning, Smith, Walsh, and Thompson for the Ducks. If you weren't with us in that 1st inning, Montgomery injuring his right ankle area, lower leg area, near home plate as he was planting to dive head first around Thompson, the catcher, who tagged him out, immediately grabbed that right leg. No balls, 2 strikes. Cortez back out. He's worked 2 1/3 so far in relief. We just showed you Braden on the bench with the boot on. Some crutches, cheering on his teammates. 0-2 to Smith. It's fouled off. That's rocketed in that Camberwell area.
But a lot of credit. I mean, we talked about the offense answering back. A lot of credit right here to Chris Cortez. I mean, came in, just put out a fire, and then has put up 0 since then. 5 punch outs in his 2 1/3.
Breaking ball called, strike 3, and he's got it working. 6th strikeout for the right-hander.
It's working really good. When you talk about guys swing when it's not a strike, and then they take it when it's a strike. That's the good feeling of a pitcher. Beautiful spot right there for punch out number 6.
Jacob Walsh, the first baseman. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Big swing and a miss. Seven total strikeouts in the game. Prager had 1 in the 1st, and that was of Walsh. Ryan Prager got knocked out in the 2nd inning, pardon me. 1 inning and 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 1 strikeout, no walks. Oregon really had a good game plan against Prager early on. Oh, 2. Foul at the plate. Bennett Thompson, the catcher, on deck. Pretty good hack at a fastball.
But that's where you go, how, right? Yeah. How do you get to the 88-mile-an-hour slider, going to the back foot and foul it off, and still be able to touch the 99? Shows you the bat speed Walsh has, and that he's never not on the fastball.
Breaking ball ripped out to right field. Laviolette comes in, makes the running catch. 2 down. Chase moving over from center to right. The injury to Montgomery.
Well, their philosophy has changed on the mound. It's just dominate the zone. You want to talk about dominate the zone? Cortez, 11 straight strikes. Just, hey, get in the strike zone, make the hitters earn it, make them hit to get on. So, because even when guys square up a ball like that, you still get an out.
Yep. Thompson looks at a strike. Ducks catcher 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the second. Grounded out in the third. It's pretty good fuzz at 99. I think he's starting to get tired.
It's just to let you know that it's still there.
It's just for show.
Yeah. And nasty hook.
Number right back to the mound. Good old PFP, 2024 style. 7-6 Aggies. He flipped one out the left field area in Gainesville. It was the weekend of Kentucky, or the week leading into the Kentucky series in Gainesville, that looked like it was one-handed almost, and it looked like a pitch off the plate, off the end of the bat, gone to left field. That dude is super strong. 8-9-1 for the Aggies in their half of the 5th inning. Caden Sorrell, Travis Chestnut, Gavin Krahovic. Sorrell 0 for 2, fly ball to left and a fielder's choice. Three 0. Three 1. Fans here at Blue Bell always anticipating the ball 5 chant, or trying to anyway. 3-1. Sorrell takes a walk. Leadoff variety. Bring up Chestnut.
I mean, we truly have a bunch of guys that are just unbelievable in this game, all getting a chance to play. Obviously, don't know what's going to happen with Braden Montgomery, but Charlie Condon, what we're seeing, possibly the top pick, but Travis Bazana's another one of those guys at Oregon State. Caglione, I thought should have been, included in the Golden Spikes, because that was Condon, Bazana, and also Hagen Smith, the Arkansas pitcher. I think those 3 guys deserve it, but I also think Caglione, just what he does, obviously at the plate and on the mound, should have been involved in that. But this game is where we're at right now with just the amount of talented ball players. And go back to that conversation we had about coming to, whether it's a big powerhouse, Power 5 program to get the amenities and bring these guys in. Like, why wouldn't you when you start to see guys like Wyatt Langford make the opening day roster 1 year removed from college, and Paul Skeens, coming into the big leagues, a month and a half into the season, and now basically taking it by storm, showing you that, look, just invest in yourself. To go back to the Grahovic conversation too, that's what Coach Schloss said. Like, you're worth way more than that in 3 years. So just trust yourself, trust the development, and go ahead and invest, because the schools are investing in the players. Might as well take that and skip a couple levels of minor league. Like Coach Wallace talked about those bus rides. Skip those bus rides and go to AA, AAA, and then possibly can get to the big leagues by coming into college and producing.
If you don't believe that the Power Fours going forward are not a quote-unquote, air quote, professional run organization, you're only fooling yourself, because that's what it's become. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying that's what it is, to your point. That one sails over the head of Chestnut. And Sorrell will take second base on the wild pitch. I mean that from the standpoint of, because the draft is down to 20 rounds, because minor league baseball is down to how many teams, because the jobs in the minor leagues are down to 160 per major league organization, this is by default, the Power 4 schools by default are falling into that feeder system, to your point, of guys going from here, quick stop in the minor leagues, the professional level, and then on to the big leagues.
Well, I was talking to a guy who, an agent this week, and you're seeing guys that are drafted high. It was a 6th-round catcher a couple years ago. He's already gotten released. And, you know, you don't get to draft that many guys. When you talk about only 20 rounds and you're seeing teams do that because there's just not enough spots. So
right.
It's one of those where you can get lost in the shuffle if you're not ready. And so that's what they talk about, physicality, being able to prepare, because that's the scout's job. You're supposed to look at it and going, could this guy produce now, right? Because that's where I want it. I don't need a guy to sit here around 6, 7, 8 years and develop. No, you need guys that are going to be on the fast path.
Back-to-back walks to open up the bottom of the 5th for A&M. It spins the lineup back to the top. Freshman third baseman Gavin Grahovac coming up. Some action going in the Ducks bullpen in right field. Featherston 22 pitches so far.
Look at that uniform. That's a ball player. When you look at the third baseman, that's what I want to see from my third baseman. Dirt everywhere. Just a gritty dude.
Off-speed pitch misses in. Sorrell at second, Chestnut at first. 2 balls and no strikes. Figure pitching coach visit will be happening soon. Sure enough, just get that sense. Two balls, no strikes on Grahovac. Nobody out. Top part of the strike zone, 2-1. Grahovac, an Orange County, California kid, Villa Park High School. Facing a California kid, Featherston out of Bakersfield. 2-1. In the dirt, wild pitch will advance the runners 90 feet. Second wild pitch of the inning for Featherston. Nothing Thompson could do on that one.
I am gearing up. If I'm Gavin Grahovac right now for a fastball, and you better get the head out because you know you don't want to load the bases with Lavalette on deck. So this has got to be a fastball.
Cambio.
Right. Also shows you the skill set and the confidence in throwing the off-speed pitch for a strike.
Full count. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball missed inside. They're loaded up. 3 consecutive walks. That may be it for the freshman. A&M starting 9 is seen, faced, observed 12 3-ball counts in this game. 6 full counts. Time is called, and sure enough, immediately the Aggie faithful aren't happy. Sorrell at third, Chestnut at second, Grahovac at first base. 3 infielders on the right side with Lavalette at the plate. First one on the way. That's in tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Last outing for Mercado was against San Diego on May 31st. Going 4 innings. Allowing a hit. 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes. You let him hack here?
I trust my guy because this is probably going to be the best pitch you get. Now you got to zone up.
4-pitch walk. It's 8-6 Aggies. He walks in a run.
You know, Victor, he told us yesterday what he's done, how he's improved his game is he's trusted the guys behind him in the lineup and not going outside himself and chase those pitches to try to be the guy to drive in runs. He'll take the walk, get the RBI, and just keep passing the baton down. Whereas, you know, other guys that just want to be the man will go out there and maybe chase and get themselves out.
Caden Kent. He replaced Braden Montgomery in the lineup. Oh for 2 thus far. Reach shot an error by Walsh, his last plate appearance. One ball, one strike. Borderline, but it goes the Ducks' way. Still nobody out here, the bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes the 1-1. Little chopper to the right side. Going to be a tough play. They're only going to get 1 out on this. The run will score. Credit Kent with an RBI. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and it's a 9-6 Aggie lead now. Mentioned Laviolette and what he was talking about yesterday as far as elevating his game as a sophomore. And now you're seeing, as we talked about earlier, next man up. Guys are picking each other up. 2 more runs across. They've got themselves a 3-run lead. Corners are in. Big swing and a miss by Appel, 0-1. Grahovac at 3rd base, Laviolette at 2nd. 9 hits for the Aggies, 8 for the Ducks. I think a pretty good pitch, didn't get the call, it's 1-1. It is hot, it is sticky, and they are packed like sardines at Blue Bell Park.
And loving every minute of it.
No doubt. Two 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. That'll bring home another run. 10-6 Aggies. Appel with an RBI, his 2nd of the game.
You know, Mercado's done the job, but you take away the walk to Laviolette, that scores the run, and then he gets the 2 ground balls. Well, you take that walk away and you give up 2 ground balls, score some runs. That's exactly what they needed to do, but that walk cost them an extra run. But A&M just chipping away, just playing the game of baseball.
Here's Ted Burton, first baseman. Good hack. Burton 1 for 2, a single, strikeout, and a walk. He's the 7th man to step to the plate here in the 5th. Close the book on Featherston. He gets charged with 3 runs, all 3 earned. In his 2/3 of an inning, 4 walks. One on one.
One of the biggest things is you talk about this lineup, how good they are up and down. You can't give 9 walks to a lineup like this and give them that many chances. They hit with runners on base and especially within scoring position. I mean, they're hitting 4:44 with the runners in scoring position, just getting it done.
This was skied out toward right center field. It's playable. Betcher is there. Inning comes to an end. With 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed in relief of Ryan Prager. First pitch swing has popped up on the right side. Maloney is retired for the 3rd time today, and there's out number 1 to start the 6th inning. You talk about a closer, buzzsaw, to come in the game and calm everything down. Cortez has been that guy today for Jim Schlossnagle.
And sometimes that's what you do. You don't need him at the end of the game because the biggest outs are in the middle of the innings, and that's exactly what he did. And I think that's why you saw Mercado come in at that situation, hoping to get out of there with less runs than he did, is because that might be the ball game. If that gets out of hand, all of a sudden you're going to have no shot at the end of the ball game.
Carter Garate 1 for 2 with a single. Oh, 2 pitch. Little chopper left side. Grahovac's got to charge in. Second hop, feels it cleanly. Thrown the first, not in time. Garate hustling for an infield base hit, his 2nd knock of the game.
Well, we've had some really close plays at first because of some outstanding defensive plays. Look at that. On the run, I didn't know if he was going to go bare hand. That might have been one where he needed to go bare hand, but still makes a strong enough throw, but too much speed.
I just pulled my hamstring watching that replay.
Grahovac showing you that, hey, not just a bat, can play a little infield, coming in. What did Coach Schloss talk about? Third base is outside of catcher might be the toughest position to play, just because most college guys at third base, they didn't play third base in high school. They were shortstops, and now they're playing third base. And he said the balls are coming so hard, it's top spin, you're having to come in like that one. He said it's just a tough thing to do.
Betcher, the center fielder, hit by a pitch in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Became a 2-sport star, 22. Member of the football team as well, linebacker.
One thing that shocked me, I saw only 13 guys in college dual sport stars.
Playable. 2 down. That's tough to, with the commitment, especially for each individual sport, it's crazy the guys and gals that are capable of doing multiple sports in college.
You're right. I think where Betcher is as a linebacker, you know, not saying it's an easy position to play, but you're not thinking, hey, quarterback where you're having to work so much. He's also not a pitcher having to get the arm loose. So he's kind of in that perfect slot. But you're right. It takes unbelievable work ethic to be good at one. Now, but to be able to start at the Power 5 level, and let's just, like, hey, Oregon football, right? Pretty good, right? Fiesta Bowl, all that stuff. So it's not like he's starting for some no-name football program. He's starting for a top-notch football program as well. So it shows you that it really takes a special athlete with a great work ethic.
The last couple of years, UCF with Plumlee, their quarterback.
John Rice, yep.
Yeah, center fielder. Did not play baseball this year. Opted to get ready. Play professional football. 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Neville 1 for 2. Single, sac fly, strikeout. Three balls and a strike. 60 pitches now thrown by Cortez.
He's a guy out of the bullpen, can stretch it out. He's going 5 2/3 is his season long out of the pen, so it's not like he, with the stuff wise, is a 1-inning, 2-inning type guy. He can go long, which he's shown already today.
Good breaking ball on a 3-1 count.
Like, that's not fair.
No. Video game stuff. And he's been as high as 77 pitches in an outing this year. That was back on April 14th against Vandy. 3-2 on the way, and he walked him. Garate was on the move, but has to stop at second. Ball got away. So 2 on with 2 outs. Last outing for Cortez. The regional last weekend went 2 2/3 against Louisiana. 6 strikeouts in that game. Taking care of Georgia in game 1 of their super in Athens. Here it's 10-6 Aggies. Top of the 6th. Cortez delivers down low. Did you like pitching in this weather?
I love pitching when it's hot. Yeah. Get to sweat. Like I say, when you talk about sticky, that just gave the ball something.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. When you can't feel the ball and it's dry, that ball becomes slick. Just being told that it feels like 101 now.
That's it.
So
it's a dry heat. One. Anson Arrows, 2-run home run in the first, RBI single in the second. He's walked as well, so he's been on board 3 times. Two and 2. Love that train in right field. Kind of reminds me of the train at, what is it now? It was Safeco Field in Seattle. It's a different name now. T-Mobile Park.
They change all the time now, right?
T-Mobile Park.
I thought you were about to say Houston.
No.
After the home runs are hit.
That's
not a real train, but they get the horn going.
2-2. Arrows goes down swinging. The Ducks leave 2 on. Way to the bottom of the 6th inning. 10-6. Aggies. College World Series beginning next week. Crazy. Crazy.
Florida up 9-7. Top of the 8th. We got a ball game. Some good games today.
Yeah.
Outside of that NC State onslaught.
Ball and a strike. Hayden shot. DH. He thought that pitch perhaps a little bit high. Shot with a double single and a fielder's choice. 3 runs batted in today. This is bounced over to Walsh. He'll take it himself. 1 down.
Well, outside of the walk, Mercado got you some weak ground balls, easy fly ball, little ground ball right there. Fastball's been good up to 93. Mix in the slider, the change when he needs it. Just such a tough situation to come into, bases loaded, nobody out.
Ali Camarillo, the shortstop, takes a strike. He's 1 for 3. Single back in the first inning. Both teams with 9 hits. Offense for the Ducks have been dormant. This one over to third. Garate across the diamond for out number 2. Ducks had their wings clipped once Cortez came into this game. He's been the guy that's just been shutting it down. Oregon, a couple of runs in the first inning, 2 to be exact, on the home run by Arrows. Tacked on 4 the second. And that's it.
They were getting the timely hitting. They were doing everything they needed to do. Pitching just wasn't there, and then all of a sudden defense let them down. The one thing that they thought they could count on.
All right, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. I mean, if you're Oregon, you think you're feeling pretty good about yourself, considering that you knocked Prager out of this game.
Right.
And then the unfortunate injury to Braden Montgomery. But that's why you put the emphasis on Cortez on the mound. You talk about a stopper. He is literally stopped the game offensively for Oregon and allowed this very deep lineup for
Absolutely.
A&M to kind of just chip away. Now you just feel the mojo. The mojo has completely changed.
And I think that's something that Mercado could have done, but to me, they brought him in, was it one, probably even two guys too late.
Yeah. I mean, look, hindsight's always going to be 20/20, right? Do you send the freshman back out to start the inning in a tight game, or do you bring the veteran in and let him start the inning? And then, all of a sudden, there's a walk. There's another walk. At that point, you could have pulled the chute and said, okay, I'm going to go with my veteran.
You're looking at it probably going, hey, if, the moment the first base runner gets on, let's go to the guy. But then you're right, they let him walk three guys, so that was shocking to see. And then he comes in a situation facing Jace Lavalette. It's bases loaded, nobody out. What can you expect, how to get out of that? Obviously, coaches are going to still preach. You got to go out there, attack the zone. He doesn't, walks the guy in, but then he gets the weak contact, the rest of it. But they still are able to score 2 runs because of two ground balls.
2-2 on the way to Sorrell, and this is popped up. So Mercado walking off the field, and he does so with a 1-2-3-6. One inning where there's going to be a hiccup, and you better capitalize. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I wonder if that was the 6th inning, when Cortez allowed 2 base runners and then got the big strikeout of Arrows. And you see him pumped up leaving the field after that.
Right, and because you're thinking, hey, he's only walked, we haven't really had a chance to get a hit. It was a rollover to the third baseman that he beats out, so it's not like we're hitting him hard.
Right.
Oh, then he gives us another walk, so he puts another guy on base, and now you're right, run into one, see what happens, but shuts it down with the beautiful slider down for a punch out.
3-4-5 for the Ducks, Megger, Smith, and Walsh. They're half of the 7th inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Megger's the DH, 2 for 3. 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Second plate appearance for him against Cortez. After that 2 RBI single that Meggers had to second, Ryan Prager was removed from the game for Cortez. There's a called strike 3. 1 down.
Boy, Victor, if there's any doubt that, hey, is he getting tired? No. 100, bottom of the zone, on the black, exactly where you want to put it. Perfect fastball. Strikeout number 8, tying his career high.
No balls and a strike on Drew Smith. It's the beauty of college baseball nowadays, especially as you get into the regionals and the supers. There always seems to be a guy that steps up that you weren't really planning on. I mean, we're really anticipating Cortez to shut everything down and just keep on rolling, putting up zeros on the board. It doesn't matter. Every team, there's always seems to be one guy that steps in out of the blue and just gives you what you need. UConn did it last weekend in Norman, getting some great pitching. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in Tallahassee against Florida State.
But ran into a buzzsaw of offense.
They did.
But that's how the legend stories are made, right? Hey, everybody comes back 20 years later, and you're talking about that one outing. And right now, they're going to be talking about this outing from Chris Cortez, extending that career high in punch outs to number 9.
3 consecutive strikeouts now for Cortez. That'll bring up Walsh. Hitless today, 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a fly ball to right for the big first baseman. Ducks career leader in home runs with 40. Lifted on the left side. Camarillo, the shortstop, calling for it. Stretch time at Bryan College Station. Aggies on top. A lot more comfortable with all the scoring that has happened since the 3rd inning. Mercado back out. He's retired 6 straight. And he'll face 9, 1, and 2. Chestnut, Rehovac, Laviolette. Bunted foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Chestnut today, 2 walks, a strikeout. He's 0 for 1.
But he's done such an amazing job at that bottom of the lineup to flip it in those 2 walks, because it just seems like every time you look up, here comes Grahovac and Laviolette coming up, which is not a good feeling when you're on the mound going, gosh, I got to face these guys again.
Chestnut starting at second base as he had a good chunk of the season, moving to center field with the injury to Braden Montgomery. Got him swinging. I think that's 7 straight retired now by Mercado. Grahovac's been on board 3 times, a couple of walks, a single, 3 runs scored. Table setter, the freshman, 22 home runs on the season. SEC Freshman of the Year, and rightfully so. Gavin's dad, Mike, baseball with Chapman, 5th round pick, San Francisco Giants. There's that fastball, 1-2.
Great sequence. Goes changeup down for the swing, and then you slow them down, speed them up, but you also change the eye level, get the chase. Usually when guys will chase down, they'll probably chase up. And you see them get the swing through on the fastball at 94.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Mercado got a little bounce to his step. He's retired 7 straight Aggies. Heard all the names, you've heard all the hype. You know, I'm sure there's a little extra adrenaline running through the body. Chopper foul.
He tried to showcase all the pitches. He went changeup, fastball, and then he tried to go breaking ball off the plate. Didn't get the swing, but I agree, Victor. It's one of those things as a competitor, when all the talk is about, hey, this lineup, these guys, you want to be able to go out there and show up, because guess what? If they're out there watching them, guess who they get to watch? They get to watch me on the mound, too.
Done a really nice job thus far. Laviolette on deck. Another 2-2 to Grahovac. Got him with a fastball. Look at Mercado. He's got some strutting around. He's announcing his presence with authority.
And that's what you need sometimes, is the pitcher to go out there, create a little bit of momentum. This is another 94-mile-an-hour fastball out of the zone, a little bit above the belt. But you get that momentum from the pitcher. The offense sees it. He's getting fired up to be able to take that into the dugout and see if you can create anything for the offense on your side.
Chase Laviolette, 1 for 2. Double the run scored in the 4th. Had a bases loaded walk in his last plate appearance. Picked up his 75th run batted in. (1-0). 2 balls, no strikes. Florida's extended its lead in the 9th inning. It's 10-7, leading Clemson. Game 1 of their Super Regional.
Boy, insurance runs in the top of the 9th. How good does that feel if you're on the mound?
This one's pulled foul. Two balls and a strike. We had a chance to sit down with Laviolette and Ryan Prager yesterday, right after their workout, A&M's workout, and I'd seen interviews before, both guys. I left, I mean, even more impressed with both of them, especially Prager. I mean, both are great, don't get me wrong, but Prager just so cerebral from a pitching perspective. That was fouled off the ankle. To walk that one off or jog it off. But I walked out of there going, man, if I were a big league scout doing my homework before the draft, I'm like, those are big leaguers right there. I mean, both guys.
Well, it's no doubt they are, and that's what you get when you have that top end talent. He's limping a little bit more than I thought he would after that foul ball. And that's why this place is quiet.
He's got the shin guard. Just in front of that shin guard, the instep.
But when you talk about the special players, what they do on the field, and then you get to talk to them, well, then now you know why they're special. You know why they get to do the things they can, because they're smart. They study the game. They buy into what the coaches are saying. They buy into their teammates and not know they have to be like that. I thought that was the best thing he said is, I don't want to be the guy necessarily. I know that there's other guys. So if the guy gets me out or if he pitches around me, I trust my teammates, and that's the mark of a good teammate, a good player.
Yeah, good luck with Monty behind me.
Right, that's what he said. He goes, because that's what he kept saying. He goes, like, he didn't just say I got out. Like, yeah, if the guy strikes me out. And so he kept saying he went worst case scenario that he's striking out instead of saying, yeah, but you got to get this guy.
2-2. Full count now. Caden Kent on deck. Laviolette skies one on the first base side, hooking toward the berm. Is it going to come back with the win? No. They just brought us some churros into the booth.
Can't wait.
They look and smell delicious. Just don't know if I'm feeling it at 100 degrees right now. Suck down a churro at the bottom of the 7th inning. Maybe I will.
Why not?
Absolutely. One in a row. Another payoff from Mercado. Foul ball off. All right. This is what we got. This is what we heard. We heard the rumors. There you go. With some whipped cream on there. Chocolate syrup.
Chocolate sauce. You could smell the cinnamon coming from
I'm
it.
telling you, it's ridiculous.
That's a surprise when she walked in.
Xavier Scruggs told me that the food is pretty good here. They kept bringing it in all weekend last weekend. Laviolette strikes out. And so Mercado still feeling Laviolette, a little bit of a limp heading back to the dugout. Aggies on top. Well, I'm offering churros to everybody. You, on the other hand, just said, no, it's this mine. You put your arms around it.
Just back off.
Please step away. There's
Let a guy
nothing to
eat.
see.
No, they're very good. The cinnamon was good. It's hot.
It's hot. Thompson, Maloney, and Garate for the Ducks in their half of the 8th. Chris Cortez has retired 4 straight. He's worked 5 1/3. Bennett Thompson 1 for 3. Single, the run scored in the 2nd.
Still got it. 99. This is just an elite arm right here.
Little chopper left side, that goes foul. Just ride him through the 9th, right? At this point, 81 pitches.
Yeah.
Assuming he gets a quick inning here.
Correct. You build up for these types of moments, right? I mean, that's the course of the year. You're obviously not, as a reliever, going to go this deep early in the season, but you've done what you've needed to do. You take care of yourself. I mean, we looked at all the things this morning, the hot tubs, the cold tubs, the facilities, everything is good. So you got to get your body right. And right now, the body's right. It's moving good. The stuff is good. So, yeah, if he is honest with you, which as a player, that's when you need to be honest, and he says, yeah, he's good, you keep rolling.
Trying to change the eye level of Bennett Thompson there. Opens up the outer part of the plate. 3-2 count. Three-two. Yanked foul. Just down in front. Hopefully everybody's all right. Aggie faithful feeling pretty good about themselves right now. And he walked him. Lead off, free pass.
Let's see if that 3 strikeout inning from Mercado can bring some kind of momentum. I mean, he went through a good heart of that order with Grahovac and Lavalette to get the punch out. Can you take that into the dugout and get the offense fired up a little bit? Leadoff walk's going to help.
Maddox Maloney, the freshman, takes outside for ball 1. 0 for 3 thus far. One on one. Opening game of this Super Regional, Bryan College Station. 10-6, A&M leads it. 1-2 now. One, two, got him looking on the outside part of the play with a slider, 1 down.
This is one of those pitches that's just unhittable. So he really, I mean, obviously you don't swing, you can't hit it, and that's what the coach is going to say. But coach, you're like, that ball starts off on the black and it goes a ball off. Like, I can't touch that ball. If he keeps throwing it there and he keeps getting that call, you can keep racking up a lot of those Ks.
10 punch outs. That hits him. And right in the hip area. Garate will take first base. Third time he's been on board. 2 singles and now the walk. Or the hit by pitch, I should say. Pardon me. Jim Schlossnagle's coming out. May have seen the last Chris Cortez, but man, oh man, when he was in this game, he was absolutely stellar for the Aggies, and the faithful will let him know it. Things out. Bryce Betcher, the center fielder, at the plate. First pitch is a little bit low. It's the rankings. ERA, WHIP, lowest in Division I, 6th in strikeout to walk ratio.
Got the big fastball, change up, cutter, mixed in the sliders, and this is a guy that's going to be trying to pound in the righties with the slider, the cutter, and that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
27th appearance, 6-1 with a 1.64 ERA. 7 saves. Betcher can't catch up to that one. It's 2-1. Aschenbeck, all SEC, selection this year. 1 of 5 for the Aggies. Thompson at second, Garate at first. 2-1 now. Betcher pops it up. Left side. Looks like it's playable. Grahovac. 2 down.
Well, Victor, a lot of people would go, hey, like, why would you bring in your lockdown closer, 4-run lead situation? But you got 2 guys on base, tying runs on the on-deck circle, so it's a safe situation. We see the graphics, 78% of teams that win game 1 advance. So this is, would you say, a must-win game when you have the opportunity with that lead. Go in and bring a guy, instead of letting it get, even more hairier and then having come into a tough situation, give him an opportunity with 4 runs to find it. He did a good job right there getting that guy out.
Don't worry about tomorrow. Take care of business today.
No question.
Neville fouls it off. The right fielder, 1 for 2. Single, sac fly, strikeout, walk. 0-2.
So tough on lefties. Crossfire, lefties are hitting 188 off of him. Does a great job of working on the outside part of the play with all 4 of his pitches.
Last outing for Aschenbeck. He went 4 2/3 against Texas. That is outside. Nice try by Jackson Appel to sell it.
That's about 5 balls off, and Jackson Appel just caught it and took off walking.
The only thing missing would have been for him to roll the ball back to the mound. 2-2. Full count. Runners will get a head start now. Hanson arrows on deck. Here's the 3-2. Got him swinging on the breaking ball. Aschenbeck comes in and strands the 2. The Aggie half of the 8th. Ground ball to the right side. Off the glove of the diving second baseman, Drew Smith. And that'll go as a base hit.
You know, Victor, my thoughts in this inning, Mercado, 41 pitches. You had your shot in that inning, right, to score. You didn't score. And maybe if you score, you ride him. But right now, the more pitches he throws, I mean, what are the chances he can come back in the next 2 ball games?
Well, if your back's up against the wall and you're facing elimination tomorrow, if the score stands, then tomorrow might be a stretch, maybe an inning.
Right, but I think if you go 41 pitches and he doesn't come back out here, because then you have to sit down, get back up,
right.
More warm-up pitches, now more, you know, pitches in game situations. So depending how long they stick with him, to me, this almost, you know, puts him down definitely for tomorrow and possibly even for Sunday if he keeps going.
2 balls, no strikes. There's action in the Ducks bullpen currently. See what Waz decides to do. Turner, Spoljaric getting loose. Three-0. Delivers a strike. Took a little bit off. Mercado is senior. There goes Kent. The throw down to second base on the swing and miss, and a tag. Did they get him? Yes, he did. Caught stealing for out number 1. It's a really nice play by the shortstop, Maddox Maloney.
Yeah, Kent gets a bad jump, and it's one of those situations where you get that bad of a jump, go ahead and shut it down. But watch the heck of a play, like you said, by Maloney, sliding in with a pick and still able to put the tag. I mentioned before, Bennett Thompson throwing out 9 guys this year, make that 10.
This one fading out of play. Count remains full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ted Burton on deck. Now the payoff. Sky to right. Not very deep. Neville comes underneath it. 2 down.
Hey, Victor, that ball right there,
Yeah.
exit angle 56. Remember we saw the Caglianone's was 58, so that ball was straight up in the air. Just shows you how strong that he is, that Florida Star, to be able to hit balls like that out of the park.
Burton takes upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Burton 1 for 3, a single with a run scored back in the first. Looking ahead to the 9th for the Ducks. 2, 3, and 4. Arrows, Meggers, and Smith face Aschenbeck. The Charlottesville Super Regional, Virginia currently leading Kansas State 4-3. That game in the 7th. Win by Virginia would send them to Omaha.
Back-to-back years.
It's a team you don't hear a whole lot about until this time of year.
Just fly under the radar,
Yeah.
fly under the radar, and then all of a sudden they're in the Super and they're hosting and good atmosphere. And sure enough.
Down remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Kansas State flying through the Fayetteville Regional. Oregon coming out of the Santa Barbara Regional. Aggies hosted the regionals last weekend. That is just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Only team that's in right now for next weekend in Omaha is Florida State. This one's fouled back just above us.
You don't have to get scared. I was going to catch it.
You talking to Kurt?
No,
Our
you,
stats
you,
guy?
you're jumping, both of y'all.
Me? Get
Getting
out
all
of here.
nervous.
Get out of here.
Kurt was hiding, boy. He was.
Yeah, he was. The thumping you heard was the chair hitting the ground. Hanging tough. That spoiled a pretty good pitch, too.
That's the ball off the plate. That's what you have to do as a hitter, right? You got to spoil those tough pitches and just hopefully when you're in that count that he just misses his spot. What we talked about earlier, we as pitchers, we want to make a better pitch instead of just trusting the fact that that's a good enough pitch and maybe leak one back over.
Full count. Mercado's feeling it, and he should. He's really thrown the ball exceptionally well for Oregon. 3 2/3, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Payoff. This one back up the middle. Mercado can't come up with that one. Olay's out of the way of it. Burton has himself a 2-out knock. NCAA Baseball Super Regional coverage continues through Monday across ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, and ESPN+. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Great crowd on hand here at Blue Bell Park. First one's in for a strike. Hayden Schott didn't like that call, neither did the Yankee faithful. One shot today. 2 hits, 2 for 4, 3 runs batted in. He's got 55 ribeye steaks on the season.
They were big when he came up too. Big time hits.
First inning, 3rd inning, 4th inning. He started to mount that comeback. Check swing, little flare out to center field. Excuse me, knock. Taking third base is Burton. And Hayden Schott has himself a 3-hit game.
Boy, this is why you love the game and hate the game, right? As a pitcher, you make a decent pitch, got it even swing. Little check swing, and when it's going right as a hitter, these kind of things fall. The line drives get caught when it's not, but look at that little lob wedge. Just flop it out there into center field.
Looks like the Ducks are going to go to the bullpen. 61 pitches for more season, unless you're getting the innings to drive it down.
That's the tough part about it, especially in the bullpen. You know, that's stats that they talk about in the big leagues where you're going like, how many outings did you put up as 0, right? So if you go out there and, yeah, you give up the big inning, don't worry about the ERA as a reliever. It's all about how many times you can go out and put a 0. It's fastball, slider, change up to, and he got a little curveball too, 89, 92 mile-an-hour fastball. Extremely competitive kid.
Ali Camarillo, the shortstop, takes downstairs. 1 for 4 game for Ali. He bats with Burton at third, Schott at first base. Aggies looking for a little insurance. (1-0). Popped up, shallow center field. This one is playable for Drew Smith. We'll head to the 9th inning. Aschenbeck trying to close it out with the Aggies on top.
In front of a crowd like this.
Arrows, Meggers, and Smith 2, 3, and 4 against Aschenbeck. Arrows got this party started for the Ducks in the first inning. A 2-run home run, his 5th of the year, and then chipped in an RBI single in the second. He's walked and struck out since. Now back, catch it. Now we definitely have proof that Kurt was high. That dude went running. It's all good. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Arrows. 1 away. Game 2 tomorrow night will go off at 7:30 Eastern time here at Blue Bell Park. 6:30 Central. So there might be a little bit of a reprieve from the heat. Not much. Chopper to the right side. Burton on to Aschenbeck. 2 down. Aggies 1 out away. Taking a 1-0 lead in the Supers, putting themselves in the driver's seat tomorrow night. Remember last year, they were 2 outs away from the College World Series with Oral Roberts University. Came back to win and ended up taking the 3rd final game. We remember. Guarantee the guys in that third base dugout absolutely remember.
They do, and that's the part they talked about was, you know, that's going to help fuel them this year because they don't take it for granted because you know you don't have an opportunity to be in this situation very often, and back-to-back years they're there and knowing that, hey, the game's not over till that final out's made.
Drew Smith 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts with a double play ball. Tough day for the Ducks second baseman. 2-1. One strike away now. Here on this game, Chris Cortez stopped the bleeding and gave the offense an opportunity. Full count. There's the payoff. Just got a piece of it. Keeps the at-bat alive. The Aggies will be updating the media after the game on Braden Montgomery's injury that occurred in the first inning. Another payoff. Swing and a miss. Aggies take game one by the final of 10-6. taking care of Georgia in game 1 of their Super in Athens. Here it's 10-6 Aggies. Top of the 6th. Cortez delivers down low. Did you like pitching in this weather?
I love pitching when it's hot.
Yeah.
Get to sweat. Like I say, when you talk about sticky, that just gave the ball something.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. When you can't feel the ball and it's dry, that ball becomes slick. Just being told that it feels like 101 now.
That's it.
So
It's a dry heat. One. Anson Arrows, 2-run home run in the first, RBI single in the second. He's walked as well, so he's been on board 3 times. Two and 2. Love that train in right field. That reminds me of the train at, what is it now? It was Safeco Field in Seattle. It's a different name now. T-Mobile Park.
they change all the time now, right?
T-Mobile Park.
I thought you were about to say Houston
No.
after the home
No,
runs are hit.
that's not
Not a real train, but they get the horn going.
2-2. Arrows goes down swinging. The Ducks leave 2 off. Way to the bottom of the 6th inning. 10-6. Aggies